So to take us through a game that was, you guys ran out a real good effort, but got pretty hairy at the end. What are your thoughts on all that?
Yeah, I thought we played a really good game. Obviously, that kill in the first was really big, gave us a lot of momentum going into the second, and then just kind of picked it up where we left it off in the first. Yeah, I think we can, defend a little better at the end. But they're going to push at some point. They're a really good hockey team over there. So for the most part, I thought we played really well. Would we like to keep it a little less stressful? Yes, probably.
Yeah. Evan, around the hockey world, maybe not in your dressing room, but this was a bit of a coming out party for you this series. You were very good and piled up a lot of points. Your thoughts on just how it went for you, and did you, where did this level of game come from?
I just think it was, come playoff time, you got to step up. The team did that. Team played very well, and I think team success. Then you get individual success after that.
Leon, sorry, go ahead.
Leon, I just want to ask you about the contributions from everyone, guys outside the core group. Like, you got some goals from the third line, you got some big blocks from your, second pairing, third pairing defenseman. Just can you maybe give me a thought on that and how it's gonna take that in the next series as well.
Yeah, you need that if you want to go deep into the playoffs, and a lot of times it's not so much on the score sheet, right? It's a lot of little things that guys are doing that aren't getting recognized by you guys. But it's face-offs. It's spending a shift in their zone. Grabbing momentum back for a team. There's a lot of little things that a lot of people might not see in a game, but we certainly recognize it and we appreciate it. And you need everybody. It's a cliche. Everybody knows that. And we had everyone going.
And Evan, just want to ask you about the influence that Matthias Ekholm has on you and the influence that Paul Coffey has on you and how they've kind of helped you take your game to the next level.
Having a coach like Paul definitely helps once you make plays, which is great for myself and everyone else. And have Ekholm as a partner, it's gives you confidence to do that much more. He's smart with the puck, strong defensively, strong offensively, can make a first pass. He kind of does it all. So to have a partner like that definitely helps.
Leon, what was the Connor talked about Darnell at that commercial break, kind of trying to calm guys down. You all sort of came together there. Can you share a little bit about what the message and what happened there?
I think he was just trying to get us back to what we do well, what we're good at. We're a fast team. We play fast, and this is a really loud building, and obviously. When the fans get into it, it feels like the ice is tilted a little bit at times, and Nursey's just a great leader for us, and he stepped up at a big moment, and felt the need to calm us down a little bit, and I thought it was the right call, and after that, I don't know if they scored the second one after that or before that, I'm not sure, but thought we did a good job the last 3 minutes.
Evan, I want to take you back to one of your tough personal game here in Vancouver, the 6-2 loss. The team dropped 2-8-1. When you think of how far your squad has come since then, was there always the sense of belief for both you personally, but also the team that you could get here? Or was there a little bit of self-doubt after they took it to you pretty good that night?
I don't think there was ever self-doubt in our group. Obviously, the rocky start. Felt like we could have won some games, didn't go our way. But we handled adversity. I think that was the start of something great for us. Battling back, starting to win games. We knew what kind of team we had, special team, obviously, and to come this far, go to the conference finals is huge.
Evan, these last two games, from a team perspective, seem to be your most complete, with everyone kind of chipping in some way, shape, or form. Dallas is a very deep team. How much do these two games maybe bode well as you try to take on another opponent here?
Yeah, that's massive. I think, like Leon said, the cliche is we need everyone. And I think we showed that everybody can play down the tough minutes. I think it's going to be big for us, like you said, against a deep Dallas team.
And Leon, everyone seems to know about Evan's offensive contributions. They'll speak for themselves with the points he puts up. But Connor says his defending has really taken a step. Very smart defensive player. How would you kind of categorize that facet of his game?
Yeah, exactly that. One of the smartest hockey players that I've seen in this league. He has the puck an awful lot, so he doesn't need to defend that much, right? So, just a great hockey player.
Leon, do you have an early thought on playing the Dallas Stars in the conference final?
That's going to be a man's game. That's a really good team. They'll be ready for us, but so will we.
And Evan, how much is your depth going to help in that series, like it did in this one?
Yeah, it's going to be huge. All playoffs, you need everybody playing, everybody pulling on the same rope, and we know we have the pieces to do that.
Maybe you could, Leon, you guys were in a conference final before, but you didn't have much success in it. Maybe, I don't know if the team was ready or if you weren't, but you're probably much more ready now. What do you think about a second run at this thing and sort of the evolution here?
I think some of the games that we played against Colorado, that series, could have went the other way too. But who cares? I guess long gone. But definitely over the years you mature and you are in these situations and you learn from those situations. And obviously we're looking to give it another shot and be more successful than last time.
Yeah, coming out of this series, Evan. Right, a tough series where you're really, really tested. Hard to get through, but does it make you better when the third round starts?
Yeah, a series like that really shows the growth of our team. To have everybody play the way they did, it just gets us that much more ready for next round.
Pretty crazy stuff, the building and the moment.
Yeah, fans definitely got up there, and they had some momentum on their side for sure. And I think that the way that we played in the last 2.5 minutes, it was just amazing. We knew that we had to come out strong and, obviously finish out the 2.5 minutes. And I don't think I got a shot. I think the guys just kept on blocking shots, kept on getting the pucks out, and it was very impressive how the team played tonight.
Stuart, for you personally, what did it mean for you to get victories in Games 6 and 7?
Yeah, it was huge. It's big just as a perseverance-wise. I know there's proof now that I have it in me to bounce back like that. I've proved it many times, but in a playoff situation like this, it definitely feels good. I definitely say it's something that I'm proud of.
The team seemed to rally around you as well. Like they wanted you in there. They wanted to, play well in front of you. I guess did you get that sense? Guys were eating pucks. A lot of guys were.
Absolutely. Guys were eating pucks. Guys did everything that we possibly could have to win this game. I think that shows you how hard of a team to play Vancouver was. I also think it shows you how hard it is just to get to the third round, and it only gets harder from here. So we've gotten some great experience being able to beat these guys in Game 7 and the way that we did it. So being able to learn from those mistakes that we made and really carry on the things that we did well into the third round is going to be really big for us.
Nobody won 2 games in a row in this series until you guys did at the end.
Yeah.
What do you think? Was it a momentum thing? Did you figure something out? Did you get something over on them that they couldn't handle anymore? What happened, you think?
I think we just came out and we played hard. I think we just kept it simple. I think we stuck to our game plan, and I think we were just able to do it for the full 60 minutes. There's not really anything specifically that we did. I think it's just how the guys played. I think all the guys just really showed up. We had all hands on the wheels tonight.
Well, early thought on the conference final?
Sorry?
Early thought on the conference final against that?
Not much. Dallas is going to be a hard team. You obviously know that. They've been an incredible team for years now. Obviously, Otter's one of the best goalies in the world. They got just a top-class team. So it's going to be a battle for sure, and we're going to do our pre-scout. I'm sure they've been doing theirs right when this game ended, and gotta go over to Dallas and see what happens.
Stu, I believe it was just 5 shots on you in the third period. Did it feel like that? Feel like more?
It definitely felt like more. I think even the whole game, I felt like I got more rubber, but I think it's the way that they've played as well. They roam around our zone and just. We do a great job keeping the pucks from the outside, so that's first of all. I think second, they were able to make plays, but just weren't able to get shots on net. So I was working really hard, believe it or not. But I just didn't get a ton of shots, which is a credit to the guys in front.
And then having to stave off a little bit of a Canucks push there. Take us through the emotions and how you guys got it done.
I mean, like you said, good 40. I thought even good 50. Then, I mean, something happens that goes the other way, and I mean, they're a good team that if you give them any life, they're going to push. And I mean, so I thought we did a great job of just sticking with it, staying composed, not imploding, and having each other's backs.
Special teams tonight, you killed that 4 minute power play finds one. I mean, just give you a thought on how good the kill has been here for a few games and timely the power play ends up.
Yeah, it's something that we take so much pride in all season, and this is why, because we know that it can make the difference in games like this. So power play's got to show up and score some timely goals, and PK's got to stop them. So like I said, we take a ton of pride in it. We got so many great killers, guys that can do the job on the power play. So it can be the difference maker, and we're proud that it was tonight.
This is the game you guys wanted to play. Though. You guys were dominant through, like you said, 50 minutes. You just couldn't score more than 2 goals. I guess is that you got to be happy with coming in here and playing that game?
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely happy with the way that we played. I mean, they're a good team. They don't make it easy. We played really well last game, and we wanted to. It's nice to see that we can play that way for a whole 60, and we took that into tonight and did a great job. Stu made some big saves there. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's never going to be easy in a Game 7 against a good hockey team, and we found a way.
Ryan, things got a little hairy in the third period, but I think they only had 5 shots on net. So can you describe maybe the way you guys kept them to the outside and the shot, your shot blocking and things of that nature that prevented more chances? Yeah,
some big blocks. They got a lot of skill, and the best way to deter that is keep them to the outside. So we know they like that little slip play into the middle, and they hit us a few times too. Had to make some good saves, but it's something that we talked about, corrected a little bit into the third, and didn't give up as many. But I mean, if you play a team that's pushing back in a Game 7, you got to keep them as much to the outside and let your goaltender take care of the rest.
Say about Evan Bouchard's play in this series.
I mean, yeah, he raised it to another level. He's a pretty even-keel guy, even on the ice, but it's nice to see his intensity. Not just the way that he shoots the puck. We all know that he can hammer it and pick corners, but I think his intensity around our net, some of the battles he got into, it's a great sign, and he's maturing and really figuring out he's a bit of an animal.
Your goal stands up as a game winner in your hometown, Game 7. Has that sunk in yet?
Not really, to be honest. Still reeling a little bit from the end there, but it takes every single guy in here. Definitely proud to get the job done with this group.
This series has gone back and forth. How important was it to start strong, and you guys dominated that first period? How important was that?
Huge. I mean, we showed it at times throughout the series, and then we kind of let them off the hook, and I mean, saying that, they're a good team. They push back if you give them any room. So I think we did a way better job of not sitting back, not letting them get life, and continue that pressure.
The last 2 games seem to be a pretty good team effort all the way around. Mm-hmm. How does that bode when you're going to play Dallas? It seems to be a pretty complete team as well. Yeah, I mean, we play them 3 times throughout the year. We know that they're a deep team, obviously. That's in a few days. We'll process this and move on to them. But against anybody at this point, you need everybody going. And I think all series we had 4 lines rolling, 60 going, 2 goalies when we needed to. And so, I mean, it shows a lot that everybody can get the job done.
Yeah, it got a little stressful, and I think Leo said it perfectly. We would have preferred it to be less stressful and kind of cruise to the end of the game. And, for the most part, I think for 60 minutes in Edmonton and about 50 minutes here, we played a pretty good game. Pretty solid offensively, defensively. I liked a lot of things that we did. We made a mistake. Always happens. There's going to be mistakes. And just gave them life, a lot of energy, and they really had they saw an opportunity that they were back in the game. And, we made it close, but overall, besides the last 10 minutes, I couldn't be proud of our boys.
To beat a team like this, you need contributions from everybody in your lineup. same thing's going to happen with Dallas. I just want to ask you about those contributions and how everyone kind of chipped in, especially later half of that series.
Yeah, no, I think everyone contributed very well. Our bottom line guys on the penalty kill, mostly that's third and fourth line guys plus Nuge. That penalty kill that we had in the first period. I think that was about as good as we could have played in the first period. And then they get the 4 minutes to finish off the last 4 minutes. That could be a different game where we played, I thought, really well. And that could be a turning point in the game. But our penalty kill, like it has been for almost all the playoffs, has been really solid. And, now Sam Carrick's another guy in the bottom six who made a lot of contributions. I know he played about 10 minutes tonight. Key face-offs for us. Did a lot of good things. So, and then, we can talk about the contributions of our top guys, but we're talking about them all the time. But, I thought we played a pretty team, solid team game.
Evan Bouchard, I mean, the points are kind of speaking for themselves, pretty dominant offensively, but then out on the ice to help save the series in the last minute there. Just a thought on all aspects of his game this series.
Yeah, he's grown a lot. I was having this conversation earlier in the year, or day, about Evan, about seeing him play junior hockey. We had quite a rivalry with the Erie Otters and London Knights, and you see this tall, lanky defenseman, and I thought, all right, let's take advantage of him. He looks a little sleepy out there. He looks maybe a little lost. All right, we're going to take advantage of him. Let's do that. Well, we never did. He was just such a good player right from being at 16 years old, and he's doing what I saw him do at junior level at 16, 17 years old. Now he's doing it at the NHL. Just a really smart hockey player, making good passes, good reads, and now his defensive responsibilities have just increased over the year. I've got a lot of faith in him.
Darnell Nurse holds a little bit of a meeting there at a commercial break. Connor talked a little bit about that kind of display of leadership, and then you use a timeout, which is somewhat rare for you, I think. Just maybe your thoughts on those two events and how it helped stabilize your group.
Well, Darnell's obviously he's been with the team, one of the longest members here, and has been a leader. His work ethic, his plays speaks a lot, very loudly. But speaks even more when you're playing well. And I think the last two games, he really stepped up and elevated his game. And for him to have the confidence to rally the guys and tell them what he said, guys obviously appreciate that, and I think it was a well-timed thing to do from a leader.
Chris, I know the focus is always on your own team, but we had 6 one-goal games in this series. Just a thought on how relentless Vancouver was during the course of the series, and just the fact that they brought that requisite energy nonstop, right, literally to the final seconds.
Yeah, no, a lot of credit to the Vancouver. They obviously have a lot of really good hockey players, and any deficiencies they had, I think the coaching staff did a really good job on covering those up and getting the most out of their guys. And their work ethic and their compete would be one of the strongest attributes that they have. But well coached, rounded hockey team, and there was a lot of close games. One game wasn't close. That was it.
Have you taken the liberty to look at Dallas yet? Or did you not want to get ahead of yourself?
No, not getting ahead of ourselves at all. We're worried and concentrating on this series. And when I get out of this and I open up my laptop on the plane, I'll be diving into Dallas right away. We've got we don't have quite as much time as we did to get ready for Vancouver, which I think is good. I think we had too much time. Where we're overthinking things and just, obviously we'd like maybe a little more time, but we'll get back at it. I think we're playing some good hockey, and I think it's good for us.
Chris, from your team's perspective, this was a really interesting series in that you never had a lead in the series. You had a game where you blew a big lead. You You made a goaltending change. What do you think your team learned about itself along the way this round?
Well, I think we've been talking through the regular season about how we handled adversity. Through the regular season, obviously, the stressors or the things that arise to kind of throw you off the rails in the regular season, isn't that much. It's not that big a thing. But there are things, whether a referee calls a bad call or they score a timely goal or you make a mistake, whatever it is. I think during the season we've handled it well. We've talked about what we needed to do going forward. Hey, we saw some of those things happen through this series. We had to make a goalie change. We played really well and we lost, and just a lot of variables. And the composure on the bench and the focus from our players was just next guy up, win your next shift, and not get caught up in what could have happened, and looking forward to what they're going to be doing.
Chris, you kind of touched on your depth earlier, but it seemed like these last two games were maybe your most complete from a team perspective, with a lot of guys pitching in, or almost everyone pitching in. You're going to face a very deep Dallas team now, so how much do you think these last two games can really kind of bode well for your team and have everyone kind of pulling on the rope?
Oh, if we have a chance to beat the Dallas Stars, we're going to need everybody contributing. We can't rely on one or two lines, one or two pairs of defensemen, or just our goaltender. It's going to be a solid team effort if we want an opportunity to do that. And, from what we saw in the last few games through this series, gives me optimism that we should be doing okay against this team. And, we're looking forward to getting going on Thursday.
I know things got a little bit hairy there late in the game, and you touched on maybe wanting things to defend a little bit better. But you kept a lot of shots to the outside, and I think you only had 5. The Canucks only had 5 on net in that period. So what does that kind of say about the way the group actually did defend, and did you like what you saw from that perspective?
I think, obviously there was that turnover, big turning point in that game, but, I thought we did a pretty good job right up until then. They got that goal, and then it just gives you so much energy. That team that's making that comeback, you're at home. It looked like, 3-0. There's very little opportunity because we hadn't given up very much. And now we make a mistake and they score on it. It's tough. We rallied and, they scored on their next opportunity. But I saw a lot of key defensive plays, whether breaking up a play in the slot with a stick, or I don't know how many key block shots we had. I know Leon had one, Connor had one, Heisey, those guys. Obviously Darnell Nurse had quite a few block shots. But, if we're going to have success, and we talked about it right through the regular season and into the playoffs, the best teams are the ones that can defend. We need to be able to defend. And overall this series, I thought we did a pretty good job.
Brian McLeod makes the big mistake at the end. I don't think you played him again. How do you deal with a young player, makes a mistake, and it's a big one? How do you sort of make sure that doesn't leave too big a dent?
Yeah, you have to be careful with that. Just one, you don't know how he's going to handle that the next play. The next time the puck's on a stick, what's he going to do? Because part of being a defensive player is being able to make the play with the puck. But I'll tell you, that last 7-8 minutes of the game, I missed him. Like, I wanted him out there, but you also have to be careful of how he's going to handle that. He probably would have handled it fine. I think he would have been the play, but you're not sure. I know there's a very strong, supportive team, that a group of players that are giving him a lot of support, and I'm sure he's going to put it behind him, and he might be starting the Game 1 opening draw against Dallas, because I don't know how far we're going to get without him playing well and playing some key situations.